You step outside to grab the mail, and there it is, a small object sitting on your porch rail, a bottle cap, a button, a tiny shard of blue glass. You didn't put it there. You glance around, half smiling, half confused, and toss it aside as a strange coincidence. It isn't. Because for the last several mornings, a pair of dark eyes has been watching you do exactly this, watching the way you walk to your car, watching how long you linger at the door, watching your face when you're tired and your face when you're not. You thought you were the one observing the crow on the wire, but here's the thing, it's been observing you a lot longer and a lot more closely. Now flip this around. To a crow, your driveway isn't just concrete, it's a territory map. And you are the most interesting variable in it. You're a large, upright creature that occasionally produces food, occasionally produces danger, and is, crucially, predictable enough to study. That gift on your porch? It wasn't random. It was data, converted into an object. A signal sent back along a relationship you didn't even know you were part of. But here's the part nobody tells you. Crows don't just forage randomly near humans who feed them. They run something closer to an assessment. Researchers have documented crows tracking specific individuals, not just humans as a category, but you, specifically, across weeks, sometimes years, cataloging exactly how reliable you are. Do you feed them at the same time each day? Do you react calmly, or do you flinch and shout? Every single one of those moments gets filed away. And just think about this for a second. Somewhere in that bird's mind, there is a working profile of your personality, built entirely from your own small, unconscious habits. Now here's where it gets interesting. That profile isn't just behavioral. It's physical. Crows are exceptional at facial recognition. They're capable of identifying a single human face among thousands and remembering it for over 5 years. Hat or no hat, sunglasses or none. But it goes way deeper than your face. They register your gait, the rhythm of your footsteps, even the pitch of your voice. A crow can recognize you from across a parking lot just by the way you walk toward your car. You are not anonymous to them. You never were. And this is where the gifts start making sense. Once a crow has built enough confidence in your reliability, enough repeated, predictable kindness, it begins testing the relationship. The first offerings are small and almost careless, a pebble, a twist tie, practically nothing. But watch closely and you'll notice the timing. These objects tend to appear after a pause in feeding, not during a steady routine. It's almost like a question being asked. Are you still here? Do you still show up when it's inconvenient? I don't know if you ever felt this, but picture a teenager testing whether a friendship survives a few weeks of silence. The crow is running the same experiment, just in feathers. But here's the part nobody tells you. Pupil dilation matters too. Corvids are remarkably attuned to subtle shifts in human expression. The almost invisible widening of your eyes when you're startled, or the micro-tightening around your mouth when you're stressed. A crow that senses tension in you may delay its approach, hanging back on the fence instead of swooping in. A crow that senses calm will close the distance faster. You think you're simply having a bad day. The bird thinks it's reading a weather report. Now think about this for a second. What happens when that read is consistently positive? When, day after day, the crow registers you as calm, reliable, non-threatening. That's when the object on your porch stops being a test and becomes something closer to currency. Not payment for food, it's a marker, a way of saying, in the only language available to it, I've categorized you. And the category is safe. This is where the story stops being about one bird and becomes something stranger. Crow families don't disperse the way most birds do. Juveniles often stay close to their parents for years, learning the landscape. Which trees are safe, which dogs are dangerous, and yes, which humans are worth trusting. That means the bird leaving objects on your porch today may be teaching its own offspring to do the same next year and the year after. Your reputation, quite literally, gets passed down through a bloodline you'll never meet. Here's the part that should sit with you a little. You didn't build a relationship with a single crow. You built one with a lineage, an evolving, multi-generational record of you, your patience, your consistency, your tone of voice on an ordinary Tuesday. Inherited like a family story told around a nest instead of a dinner table. And the deeper layer underneath all of this isn't sentiment. It's a strategy. From the crow's perspective, a reliable human isn't just a food source, it's protection. A predictable person near a nest scares off cats, discourages strangers, occasionally yells at the right moment. Recruiting your trust isn't affection in the way we imagine it. It's something closer to alliance building. You've been quietly evaluated, tested, and recruited as backup without ever signing up for the job. Now flip the world around completely. Imagine sitting up there on a power line, looking down. Your street? It's not just a row of houses to a crow. It's a grid of known and unknown variables. Humans are ranked by reliability, yards ranked by safety, route needs mapped down to the minute. And somewhere in that grid, you exist. Just a single carefully observed point, a known quantity. Someone trusted enough to leave something behind for. So, the next time you find some small, strange object on your windowsill, a bead, a screw, a fragment of something shiny, don't just brush it off as a weird coincidence. Understand it for what it actually is. It's a response. It's the closing of a loop that started the very first time you set food out and didn't flinch, didn't yell, didn't disappear. You thought you were just feeding a bird. But here's the thing: you were actually being studied, tested, and eventually accepted by a mind that remembers far more about you than you'll ever remember about it. So tell me, have you ever found something strange left behind by a crow and only now realize what it might have meant? Tell me in the comments. I read every single one, and honestly, some of you have stories stranger than anything I could script.